Hello, my name is Chase Schultz. In this video, I will discuss the important things to know about hunting whitetail deer and also help to inform non-hunters about the importance of hunting. I've been hunting whitetail deer since I was barely able to walk. I would go back in the woods with my dad. So it's always been a great pastime tradition I've done with my family. Now the first thing it's important to understand is how hunting got started. So I'm going to talk to you about the evolution of hunting. Artifacts have been found in Germany as old as 350,000 years ago to prove that hunting has been around for a long time. Now back then, people hunted solely just to provide food for their families. Nowadays, hunting has turned into more of a sport. People hunt for survival, personal beliefs, passion. For me personally, I hunt for all reasons. I hunt to provide food for the family. I hunt to be in the woods with my dad. And I hunt for a sport. So this is a picture here with a deer that I killed with my dad when I was young. But now that you know why people hunt, it's important to know the different ways to hunt. So there are two main seasons. There's an archery season and a rifle season. This is a picture of me down here with my bow, and this is a picture up here with my rifle. So you can hunt out of a tree stand, or you can hunt on the ground. In a tree stand, you sit and wait for the deer to come to you, but when you're on the ground, you can go and chase after the deer. So there's a lot of different ways to hunt, but you want to find which technique works best for you and what you like to do the best. A lot of successful deer hunters will tell you that it all depends on how much preparation you put in. So down here in this corner is a picture of a food plot. A lot of hunters will rototill some land and put in some seed and grow some crops for the deer to keep them coming in the same area constantly. To know if there's deer in the area, a lot of people use trail cameras. You put them up where you think deer are coming or where your stands are. And whenever it detects motion, it'll take a picture. And then you can even get them now where it'll send it directly to your phone right when it takes a picture, which is pretty cool. And also, how people used to always tell if there are deer in the area is by looking for deer signs. When the deer are in velvet, they'll scrape their antlers on trees, and you can look at small trees and see the bark scraped up from their antlers. You can also look for matted down grassy areas where the deer have been laying down. You can look for deer scat piles. You can look for trails. The deer normally use the same routes every day, so they'll walk the same trail every day, and over time that trail will get matted down. And in those trails you can also look for the tracks. So it's really important to prepare for hunting and know what you're looking for and scout out the deer before you get out in the woods. Now that you know the different ways to hunt, it's important to know the different rules that come with that. So in PA, all the rules are enforced by the Pennsylvania Game Commission. It's important to, wherever you're hunting, to look up the different rules and know the rules and regulations because they change varying on where you're at. So just this year in PA, they passed a law where you're going to be allowed to hunt 3 of the Sundays during hunting season. Everybody needs to have a hunting license if you're in the woods hunting. And you never want to go on any posted or private property when you're in the woods. If you see one of those signs, it's important to contact the property owner and get permission before you ever step on their property. So there's a lot of different rules, and you want to make sure that you're aware of all of them before you go out in the woods and hunt. Now finally, it's important to understand why hunters exist. There's a lot of different reasons. A big one is for population control. Hunters play a great deal in making sure that there's no conflicts between humans and wildlife. It's also a great time to spend time with the family in the woods as a pastime tradition. And people still, it's really important to provide food for your family. You can make some really good meals out of venison. My favorite meal is I take some back straps out of my deer and I wrap them in bacon and put them in a smoker, and they're really good. And then a really important reason is because of car-deer traffic collisions. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, about 1.5 million deer vehicle collisions happen each year in the United States. So these are some big reasons on why it's important that hunters exist. So I hope after listening to this, you have a better understanding of the importance of hunters. It's important to know the basics of hunting, important to know the rules. Even if you're not a hunter, you want to know what people are doing out there and how they're keeping you safe and why they're important. Some people think that deer hunters aren't important and that they're harming the wildlife, but I hope that after this, it should be understood that hunting is part of the circle of life and that it's just something that needs to happen to keep the world going. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for listening and take care.